afternoon, guys. Thank you all for tuning into the channel today. I really appreciate it. Well, it finally happened. I'm out here on the tug today by myself. Decided to do a solo float. I had some things come up, so I decided this afternoon to come out here to the tug by myself. I paddled upstream about a half mile to this beautiful spot here, and I had the great idea that I was going to go through that, paddle upstream through that little shoal there, whatever you want to call it, that little pocket. That was a terrible idea. So the first time ever I flipped my kayak, and kind of depressed. I have lost 2 rods. One of them I really don't care about, but the other one was my favorite rod. It's G. Loomis bronze back. They don't make those anymore. That one's going to be a hard one to replace. Luckily I was wearing my NRS Chinook life jacket. Think you're prepared for those things, and but you're not. I lost some gear, lost a lot of camera gear probably. The GoPros that I had on, they're waterproof, but when we external power those like I do most of the time, I pop the side door off of those so I can plug them in. So they're both wet, the front and the rear. I don't know how much footage I got after they got wet. They kicked off shortly after that. Those are probably gone. My battery packs are gone. Lost a couple of tackle boxes. Hopefully I can find some of this stuff on my way back to the truck as I float back down. The rods do have floats on them, but I don't see them. I could see some bait boxes when I finally gathered myself and got to the bank. I could see some bait boxes floating on down the stream, so hopefully I can find some. Hopefully I'll find those rods. Today's the rule of 120 applied. It's probably close to 70 degrees today, and the water's in the 60s, so I was good there. It was a little cool, but I went under for a second, gathered myself. Probably took about 10 seconds just to settle down and say you're okay. Immediately you start grabbing rods and those types of things and try to get yourself to the bank. I did save a couple of rods, but I really wanted to save that rod that I've had for probably 12-15 years. I want to dig around here. Hopefully I can find it. It may be laying in here, I don't know. Valuable lesson. Been good to have somebody with me today, but luckily there's no issues. I'm safe. My life jacket helped me out. I couldn't imagine doing that without a life jacket. You're trying to grab the boat, the paddle, rods, and different things. Without a life jacket, you're swimming. You're just trying to survive. So the life jacket paid for itself today. Another thing that helped me that I'm convinced, other than my life jacket, is the right clothing on. I had no cotton on. Quick wicking, quick drying. I don't know what you can see here, but I just had some nylon shorts and some nylon leggings, so nothing that would hold any water, nothing that would weigh me down, and so I didn't have any issues with clothing. A lot of safety factors goes into kayak fishing. Just gotta be smart. Don't be it was a dumb idea to try to go through that like I did. Hope this video helps you guys and not discourages you from kayak fishing, because it's still a great sport. Things are going to happen. That was really just a stupid decision to try to go through that. Hopefully the video will show what happened there. I'm going to gather some stuff together here. I don't have any cameras to record anything other than my phone. It was in my life jacket and it didn't get wet. I appreciate you guys watching, and not sure how I'll put this together. I don't know if the clip of me flipping will be before this or after. You guys be safe on the water. Thanks for watching. I apologize if you feel like I've clickbaited you here, but I was unable to get the footage of me flipping due to the water damage to the cameras. This is the section where it happened, and this is the spot that I was trying to paddle through. This is a small opening in the river, and there's a whole lot of force of water going through this section. Now, if you're a whitewater kayaker, you might want to turn the video off now, because I'm sure I'm going to butcher this explanation. But what I needed to do was actually called edging, and what I needed to do was lift the right side of my kayak up and let the water flow under it. But what happened is I didn't do that. The water started pushing on the right side of my kayak, which pushes the right side down. So I'm going to flip from left to right. I'm flipping upstream. And what I should have done was the opposite of what I did. When I felt the left side of the kayak starting to rise, I immediately leaned downstream and to the left, which is my instinct, but it was opposite of what I needed to do. If you're sitting in a chair watching this, you can try it. It's almost like you're dodging a punch and leaning to the left. You start that action by actually pushing down with your right hip to lean to the left, and the combination of the force of the water and the down force that you applied will actually speed the flipping process. So it's opposite of what I needed to do. It was no fault of the kayak. It was just my fault, really, just inexperience and failure to execute. Didn't pick it up earlier in the video. I normally never go upstream like this. It's just something odd for me, something I'm not used to doing. I hope this video helps you. I hope it helps you avoid the mistakes I made. Be prepared, get your gear ready, have your life jacket on, strap everything in. You never know what's going to happen to you. I started not to post this video. It's kind of humbling when this happens, but I hope it helps you avoid the mistakes that I made. Thank you guys for watching. Get out on the water. Be safe. Be prepared.